Hello, everyone. My name is Hannah Dobrnick, and over the past 11 weeks, I followed the performance of Wendy's stock. Wendy's is listed as the Wendy's Company WEN on the NASDAQ market. One of the main reasons I chose them is because I interned at the Memorial Golf Tournament this past summer in Dublin, Ohio, and I passed the Wendy's headquarters going to and coming from work. I honestly didn't realize that their headquarters were in Dublin. And also, when the lunch option wasn't one of my liking at work, like tuna wraps, I would take the short drive to Wendy's up the road for. So before we crunch some numbers, I want to go over some company background information on Wendy's. The first restaurant opened on November 15th, 1969 by a man named Dave Thomas to provide consumers with fast, hearty food in a family setting. Happy belated birthday, Wendy's. And he named his restaurant after his daughter Melinda Wendy. There were actually only originally 5 menu items that still remain iconic today, but have expanded since, including the Frosty, hamburgers, french fries, soft drinks, and chili. Now they have family meal deals, 4 for 4s, and more. If you go to Wendy's website, you can see the other options that they offer today, including chicken sandwiches and nuggets, salads, some breakfast options, and kids' meals. And then also on their website, it's pretty easy to navigate. They have some tabs, what they value, what they do in the community, some background on them. Again, Dave Thomas's and his legacy, and then also a tab where you can find jobs. While they have expanded their menu over time, they have still kept the iconic pigtailed girl in their logo, which I think is pretty cool. And they've also acquired Tim Hortons, which they did in 1996, and Baja Fresh Mexican Grill in 2002. Wendy's now owns, operates, and franchises restaurants within locations throughout the United States, Japan, Philippines, Singapore, Middle East and North Africa, Russian Federation, the Eastern Caribbean, and Argentina. As you can see, the firm saw major growth due to its ingenious and unforgettable marketing strategies, including the campaign Where's the Beef that originated in 1984. As of September 2nd, 2020, Wendy's stock price ended at $21.97 with a market cap of 4.921 billion. If I were to have had $10,000 to invest in this stock at the time, I would have been able to purchase 455 shares. To find the market capitalization, you have to multiply the total shares outstanding by the current stock price. If you look at Wendy's stock price performance since the beginning of the year 2020, you can see that at the beginning of the year it was around $20 and steadily increased up until around March. This stark plunge was due to the COVID-19 response and the government panic. Uh, Overall, this wasn't a huge deal because the rest of the market also kind of crashed. Um, but since then, it has steadily raised and is now back up to where it was at the beginning of the year, if not a little bit more. Even though their stock price was dropping drastically, which actually bottomed out at around $8 per share, they still had a positive outlook. In addition to having the drive-throughs keeping their sales up, they also offer mobile ordering through either DoorDash, Grubhub, Postmates, Uber Eats, or through their Wendy's app. In their March 2020 press release, they stated that their global same restaurant sales for the quarter to date were up 2.8% as of March 22nd. They chose to close all dining areas except in places where drive-through windows were not available, and they ultimately saw their drive-through business grow to about 90% of their overall sales mix. Wendy's released another statement on June 8th, 2020, saying that same restaurant sales had turned positive in the last week of May and that beef supply levels were beginning to return to normal. These factors caused the steady rise and fluctuation of their stock price after March 18th, and since May 14th, their stock price has seen regular fluctuations ranging from around $20 to $23. So now that I've talked about some company information on Wendy's and how Wendy's stock has performed since the beginning of 2020 up until September 2nd. It's now time to check in and see what it has done over the past 11 weeks. Since September 2nd, performance has been steady, so I am pleased with it. Obviously, change takes time, so it's best to be patient. But overall, looking back on Wendy's growth over the past 5 years, it has been positive, and it has had a steady stock price over the past 11 weeks with positive future expectations. And then in comparison with the stock market index, both are positive from the purchase date of September 2nd. So back on September 2nd, I theoretically purchased 455 shares of stock at $21.97 per share for a grand total of $9,996.35. Today's price as of November 15th, 2020, its share price is $22.68. So overall, the investment worth is the number of shares times the new current stock price. So I have 455 shares times this current stock price of $22.68, which gives me a current total worth of $10,319.40, which is an increase of over $300 over the past 11 weeks. Since September 2nd, Wendy's stock price has increased by 71 cents. So some other key statistics we should look at when analyzing stock include market capitalization and growth. So the current market cap is found by multiplying a firm's total shares outstanding by the current stock price. So currently for Wendy's, uh, its current market cap is 224 million shares outstanding times $22.68 per share, which equates to just over 5 billion. Previously, it was 4.921 billion, which is obviously an increase, and this is due to its stock price increase because shares outstanding stayed constant. Then it's also important to analyze the growth. So to find the stock price percentage growth, you take the current stock price minus the initial starting stock price and then divide that by the initial stock price. And you do the same thing to find the market cap percentage growth. You take the current market cap and then you subtract the original market cap and then divide that by the original market cap. Because the shares outstanding stayed constant, both the stock price percentage growth and market cap percentage growth are the same. Dividends are the distribution of profits by a corporation to its shareholders. So when it comes to Wendy's, they pay dividends quarterly. Their last pay date was September 15th, 2020, with a dividend per share of 5 cents. It's planned that their next payday is December 15th, 2020, which will be at 7 cents. This is important and a good sign for Wendy's shareholders since it has gone up, and especially with kind of like the doomsday outlook from Corona, this is a really good sign that Wendy's is a good stock to have. When it comes to the outlook for the future of Wendy's stock, some current events could possibly have an effect on its potential. The recent presidential election may have an impact on the stock market as a whole, but shouldn't affect Wendy's stock specifically. President-elect Joe Biden is more concerned with the oil and gas and electric industry, so hopefully the food sector won't be affected. But with threats of cities shutting down restaurants again due to the coronavirus, there may be a potential increase in the fast food sector, which could positively impact Wendy's. So if I did buy these 10,000 shares of Wendy's stock back in September, and I was asked right now if I would hold, buy, or sell these shares, I would definitely hold them. I would hold my shares of Wendy's stock based on prior performance over the last 5 years and the positive outlook for the future of the fast food industry. Also, with coronavirus, fast food sales will most likely increase again. I know I have been eating more fast food because it is cheaper. You don't have to sit down in the restaurant to eat, and people just want a break from cooking for themselves. After this presentation, if you're thinking about investing in the stock market or potentially investing in Wendy's, I really suggest that you do invest in Wendy's. The global fast food industry is expected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 4.61% and reach $931.7 billion by 2027. In those numbers, the burger and sandwich segment is expected to grow at the highest rate during this forecast period, which Wendy's specializes in, and the stock price was just under $10 at the beginning of 2015 and has steadily doubled and almost tripled its price in the past 5 years. So, considering all these factors, Wendy's would definitely be a smart but safe investment opportunity, and I hope you invest yourself. Thanks for watching.